YouTube script.
We are live. With our brand new OnlyFlies. If you haven't noticed, something different about the podcast this week. Why do you look more like Solid Snake?
Hey, I had to rip the sleeves off my shirt for this.
We're dressing like pirates. Welcome to the final episode of Velocity Movies in Review, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. This is the last episode in this particular franchise. I'm going to give this eye patch about 15 more seconds before it comes ripping off. Like it's messing with my depth perception bad. I got my hoops in. I got my eye patch on. I got my Orlando Bloom bandana.
I should probably put one.
Wonder if you could hear anything there.
Well, you don't have yours on.
Oh, shit. I thought I had it on this whole time. I thought I had it on for the last 10 minutes. What is this?
You are dropping it, man. You are dropping the ball.
Apparently, and they're like not twisting the right way.
Look at this guy. Boo this man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Will you fix those things?
Oh, yeah, it's this way. Got it.
Sorry about that. That was loud. Anyway.
All right, good to go.
This is the last episode for now. If they make any more in the future, we'll probably come back and throw them in the list. But this is Dead Men Tell No Tales. I'm Kyle Leonard, joined by Tanner Else and Michaela Dotson.
Today, you have to call me Captain Booty Liquor today. Who I am.
Not Captain Salad Tosser?
Not Captain Salad Tosser.
Same thing.
There's already a Captain Salad Tosser out there, and it ain't us. If you stuck with us, man, this is the end. We've done it. We've brought it down. Mm-hmm. We've set sail and finished the sail and done all sorts of it. If you like the podcast, go to Facebook, follow us on there at Velocity Entertainment. Twitch.tv/Velocity360. Again, thanks everybody for helping us reach affiliate yesterday. So that was exciting. And if you have a nice little Amazon Prime membership, you get a free sub, and you should throw it our way.
I have one of those.
Yeah. Anyway, pirate eye patch is coming off.
There goes the patch.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
I feel like I'm seeing you in a whole new light now that my left eye works.
The patch is gone.
Okay.
He also has a peg leg, but you can't see it because it's on the table.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. This movie comes in at a whopping runtime of 1 hour and 29 minutes, making it now the shortest Pirates of the Caribbean movie by almost 15 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Does it feel short? Did it feel short? Shorter?
I didn't feel short to me, I guess. I don't know why.
Yeah, it did kind of feel shorter to me, though.
This movie had two directors, Joachim Ronning and Espen Sandberg. Ronning is most best known for Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. He directed the sequel.
Oh.
He did Kon-Tiki, and then he's set up to be the director for the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
That's not going to have fucking Jack Sparrow in
They're
it.
saying that there's going to be another one.
There are plans, yep.
Okay.
I'm not watching it.
You said something so loud, I'm fucking watching it.
If it does not have Johnny Depp in it, I'm not fucking watching it.
We've committed to ranking these movies. It's a commitment that we've made, and we can't back out of it.
It means you have to watch it.
I think they're going to put Margot Robbie in it, so I like her.
I like her, but she's not fucking Johnny Depp, dude.
Also, we got to think that the kids now, we got a new generation of pirates that we got to deal with, and they're not bad. They're not terrible.
Yeah, if we get to see Henry,
Yeah,
do pirate stuff.
Henry and Karina?
Yeah. So what did you guys think of this movie? The fifth and final installment. You actually watched this one.
Yes, I did. Well, I've watched most of them. But anyway, so I thought Captain Salazar kind of annoyed the shit out of me, to be honest.
Really?
Like, yeah. Battle!
I'm doing this battle.
I'm not gonna talk in any other voice but his for the rest of the podcast.
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. However, I have this like internal argument on which ship was cooler, the Silent Mary or Queen Anne's Revenge.
Silent Mary's way.
Dude, the other one had flamethrowers that came out the front.
I say we rank those ships.
Yeah. Do a ship ranking at the
ship
end.
ranking.
dude.
The Silent Mary's number one. There's no doubt about it.
I like the
Dude, it opens up and
like a mouth and yeah.
and then it has the stone giant that comes alive and like
Okay, that came out of fucking left field. We need an explanation for that. Like that was enough.
and he's got freaking zombie sharks. Dude, it's the coolest shit.
There's other sharks.
Those sharks were dope, dude. When they brought up dead sharks, I was like, no way.
Right. No, overall liked it.
Cute dog.
And then I think coming in at hot number 2, Queen Anne's Revenge.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And then number 3,
Three's got to be the Dutchman.
I don't know, I kind of like the Pearl more than the Dutchman.
The Dutchman goes underwater.
The Pearl is
That's
the fastest ship on the sea.
Yeah, and it's all black.
They say that, but then it gets caught in like every movie.
It's all black. It's all black.
It is all
But the Dutchman is really cool though because it's like a mouth.
right.
It is. And it goes underwater.
And it goes underwater, but it sucks being on it.
True.
That
True.
So
Whereas the Black Pearl,
downside.
super fun all the time.
ain't no fish pussy unless it grows on
All
your
sorts,
face.
all sorts of barrels of rum and stuff, dude. It's beautiful.
Those little barnacles just
Barnacles?
barnacles. Barnacles.
I don't know why, but I've always thought of barnacle as a swear word because of SpongeBob.
Oh, barnacles.
Don't say that. Don't say barnacles around me.
No, the swear words in SpongeBob are the dolphin noises.
Yeah, obviously. But
That was my dolphin.
that was your dolphin. I thought you were.
But it wasn't great.
I thought you were a machine gun.
Wasn't great. Bah!
And that was a sheep.
It's my SpongeBob laugh.
You know, I'll probably keep the corset on the whole time, but I don't know if I can do this wig this whole time. It is hot.
Hot.
Very hot.
Hot.
Do you guys want to keep the eye patch and everything on the whole time? Because, I only did one thing.
I only did one thing.
Yep.
Well, you ripped the sleeves off your shirt.
I did. And that was a chore in itself, I'm not going to lie. I was out there for like 15 minutes doing that.
Oh, so itchy too. And then you guys can see my new hair too when I take it off.
Boo.
All right, let's go through the plot of this movie, shall we?
Yeah.
We open as a young boy is taking a rope, throwing it in a boat. He's jumping out to sea. This boy's maybe, 12 years old. He's going out to sea. We don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's like going to drown a cat or something. I don't know.
He's going to
It could be anything. Turns out, no, it's not. He is going to drown himself. Not enough tip.
No, I just the angle.
A little bit
It's
more.
no.
You're just drawing some
Okay,
fish
well,
pussy.
you know what? I just
I'm
want
kidding. God, I'm teasing you.
It's the angle of my face. I don't like it.
I'm
okay?
fair. That's fair. I was teasing you. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. If it'll make you feel better, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
This is a PG
I was gonna
family
say,
show.
I'm
where
showing
we talk
enough-
about fish pussy.
I'm showing enough cleavage for everybody here, dude. Can you just
I did undo my top
stop
button.
trying to take my moment?
I did undo my top button. Just the top one though.
I hate you guys so fucking much.
We see a sheet of paper here. Or no, that's later. He ties the rope to his ankle and then he throws the cement block in, dumps himself into the ocean. He's not drowning cats. He's drowning himself. Why?
Also, what excellent, not timing, but positioning to land right on the Dutchman that was underneath him when he threw himself in.
Yeah, how the fuck did he know where that was
Right?
going to be?
Well, I think because the Dutchman's supposed to ferry souls to the other side, so it probably grabbed him,
Thinking he was going to die.
saw that it was him, and then let him go back.
Oh.
That makes a lot more sense.
I feel like. But yeah, he lands underwater, and then the ship comes up. It's the Dutchman. He's on it, looks around. It's covered in barnacles and stuff.
Barnacles. Not the barnacles.
A shadowy figure walks out from the back. We see his
Who could it be?
Pans up. It's Will Turner.
Daddy.
He's got some funky junk on him.
Barnacles.
Barnacles.
Damn barnacles.
They embrace. It's sweet. He's like, dude, you can't be here. He's like, I don't care. I'll kill myself 1,000,000 times. I'm just going to come right back. He's like, dude, bro. Breaks his necklace off. He's like, you got to be there for your moms and stuff. You can't. the curse can't be broken. He's like, bullshit.
Yeah.
The trident of Poseidon can break your curse. He's like, well, nobody's ever found it, so be gone,
Fuck
thought.
off.
Go back to your mom. Make sure she doesn't, run off with any other dudes. All right.
Yeah.
We're back in 8 years to see y'all.
Right? I mean, how many pirates has she run into since then?
Sheesh.
Oh, that's very true. She's
I mean,
a
you're a
slut.
pirate and you kind of look like Orlando Bloom. Pfft,
You're getting it.
sail to that island. Find yourself in them woods. We'll talk about that later.
We're gonna get to the woods. We're gonna talk about the woods.
It bothers the crap out of me. Anyway.
We're gonna talk about it.
He cuts the rope and embraces his son as the Dutchman goes under once again. We see Orlando Bloom do the Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm done.
Do I look dirty and piratey enough? I feel like I look like a pirate, but I'm clean.
I put on a bunch of makeup
Should I-
to make me look dirty.
Should I not have showered? I feel like.
Definitely, it'd help.
I don't know
it'd
about
help
that,
with the part,
but
help with the authenticity of it.
Right. Scabies.
Escapes.
Scabies. Also, if anybody asks, this is blue rum. Rum is good.
Is that actually?
You're a blue rum. So do we cut to him being a ship hand right away, or is it Jack first?
It's right away.
Yeah, so we cut to Will, who's a young man now, helping the crewmates turn the ship. We're chasing a pirate ship who's headed towards the Devil's Triangle. As I've explained to these guys in a text thread, the actual Devil's Triangle is when Captain Salad Tosser, Suckerface, and was Elizabeth, right?
Yep.
All end up in the same bed together. That's the
Devil, that's the Devil's
the
Triangle.
actual Devil's Triangle. Captain Suckerface. He breaks away, pushes over one of the lieutenants, runs up to the captain. He's like, "Bro, we can't go in here. I've seen every legend of the sea there is. If we go in here, it's all over." He's like, "Rip this dude's sleeve off, throw him in a brig." And they do that, and then they follow the pirates into the Devil's Triangle. It's a big cove. They get inside, and they see that the ship is wrecked. They're like, what happened to the pirates? The flag's in the water. They look over in the distance. They're like, what's that? It's a ship. It's like, no, it's a shipwreck. We see a real eerie shot of all of these figures running across on top of the water and the smoke towards the ship. And then they're like, wait, that shipwreck is sailing at us. That's not good. And then all of these ghost, horrible ghost-like creatures.
Also, I don't feel like as a dude, I'm not on a boat at sea. Nothing could be more terrifying than dudes just running across the top of the water directly at you.
Dude.
That would be terrifying.
That reminds me, you guys have ever seen that GIF of it's like a sign that says Jesus is coming, are you ready? And then it pans over to a fucking dude in a Jesus costume running towards a car really fast.
That's pretty much what it would be.
It's funny and really scary at the same
And
time.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, these horrifying gross creatures jump up onto the ship and just start slaughtering the crew. Just slaughter everybody. And then we get the thud of Boots, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a named character because he got a Boots intro.
Yep.
Whenever you start at somebody's boots
And his sword,
and they pan up.
because apparently he can't walk very good, so he's got a sword for a cane.
So apparently when he does that and then poses like he does with his sword, it's the stance of a matador, a Spaniard matador.
Oh.
That's a fun fact I didn't
Interesting.
include, but I read that.
We'd ask Daniel about that, even though
Since he's
he won't know anything about it.
Daniel or Michael?
Oh, Michael, sorry. I meant Michael.
Wow.
I don't know why I'm getting Oda Many Brothers mixed up since this wedding.
They're twins.
True.
It pans up and it's this dude with half of his face missing and blood dripping out of his face, and his skull is missing and his hair is doing some stuff.
He's doing the wavy thing like he's in the water, but he's not.
It's all CGI. If you didn't know, they couldn't get his actual hair to do that.
Yeah, it's like a
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Weird that they couldn't do that. Same with Davy Jones in the second one. All CGI.
Yeah.
wow.
They couldn't make his tentacles move in real life?
Little fun fact.
That's fucking crazy.
Anyway,
We cut to Henry, who
We
sees
do.
blood dripping. Through the
dude, it's
doors.
rough. He's staying quiet. The dude in the cell next to him picks up a picture of Jack Sparrow and he's like, "Guy's dead." This is before the attack, but
Yeah.
this guy's dead and whatever. He's like, well, maybe not. I don't know.
He's like, oh.
The movie's kind of about him. He may or may not still be alive.
Maybe.
But cut back. Captain Salazar is his name.
Salad tosser.
Salazar.
Captain Salad Tosser.
He kind of talks like the cockroach from Men in Black.
Sugar, water, more.
Oh my god.
You also like there's like when he's telling a story. When he's telling a story, you can hear him perfectly fine. Everything's great, and then as soon as he goes to say 3 words, it's just you. It's like he's choking on something.
When he's I'm not going to jump ahead too far, but at like the very end when he's chanting, like, you can't just say Jack Sparrow. Like, it's very.
That was exactly what I was referring to when I was making fun of him. Like, dude, you sound like you have your mouth full, like a waddle.
Full of blood.
full of fish pussy.
Full of fish pussy.
Fish dicks.
Too much. Everybody's too much.
He loves fish dicks.
He's a gay fish.
Oh.
Oh.
Just waiting to see if Kanye West is going to bust his
No,
door at any point.
I hope he doesn't. I can't see.
What
shit.
about me being a genius and a rapper makes me a gay fish? Yeah, so Henry's being super quiet in the bottom, and then they kill the captain, kill everybody else, and then he like makes a noise, trips over something or something. Doesn't he? They hear him. They go down to the brig. He kind of just walks through the bars. It's real cool. He's a ghost. That kind of he solidifies that. He's like, oh, he can phase through stuff. All right, that's definitely like Ghost 101. Picks up the picture of Jack Sparrow. The dude in the cell next to him is just like, oh. He is watching it. He's like,
Can we just
no,
not do those noises, please?
no, and that's always. I'm like, oh, and I miss you,
I'm dead.
and I love you. Everybody gets one.
I'm done.
They kill the dude next to him because he's making too much noise. And then he picks up the picture and he's like,
You know Jack Sparrow. You know of him. You seek Jack Sparrow.
it's cool. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for him. He's like, I always leave one survivor
To tell the tale.
to tell the tale. And then they dip. They straight up dip. And now is when we cut to the bank.
The bank.
The bank. This is like my favorite. One of my favorite parts of this whole movie is just this stupid.
What am I doing here?
It's always his.
Oh, I'm robbing the bank.
It's always his stupid openings. Like they're
Yeah.
great. But the town people are gathered to celebrate the opening of the new bank. They open up the doors, see that the safe is impenetrable.
They're celebrating the new safe that's going in the back. That's supposed to be impenetrable.
It's
that
impenetrable.
He's sleeping in.
They open the safe and
With the mayor's way.
That's right.
who should be asleep but Jack Sparrow.
Your wife sent me DMs.
Your wife's in the DMs. He wakes up. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Anybody know what I'm doing here? He looks around, sees the rope tied to the safe, sees the rope going out the back. He's like, oh, I'm robbing the bank. And then they all like shoot at him. And he just like goes prone real quick and lays down and nothing hits him. I'm like, wow, incredible. They use the horses to pull the safe through the bank, but it gets caught on the wall. Jack Sparrow is also wrapped up in the rope, of course. So he gets yanked behind the safe. It gets caught on the wall and uproots the entire building and starts dragging the entire bank through the town. Oh, it's so funny. It should be noted here that also right before this, we cut to a girl who is in prison because she was arrested for being a witch. She's confessing to the preacher, I confess that I'm not a witch, I confess that I'm innocent, and I confess that I picked this lock while we talked. He's like, what? Boom! Hits him with the door and bails.
Yep. She out.
She out. It's fine.
She gone.
We cut back, the bank is flying through town, Jack's all over the place, the rope's kind of swinging him around until it finally lets him go. Cut back to Karina, who walks into the place with the telescope.
Ah, yes.
Corrects like the measurements and it's like, it's okay, you've been doing it wrong like for the last however many years, but I fixed it for you. You'll have to start over.
Yeah.
FML had to move that for a second. Couldn't I couldn't breathe.
He's like, I'm gonna keep this on the whole time.
I couldn't breathe.
Your eye couldn't breathe.
You heard me the first
Excuse
time.
me. You know what? I had to wear one of those when I was a little kid because my vision is fucked up in my right eye.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've had to do the same thing.
People called me Patchy.
People still call you Patchy.
Well, people. I'm not gonna say that hasn't happened before because, sometimes you miss some spots when you're shading.
Jeez.
Jack Sparrow is thrown through the wall of this telescope place. The owner has already called for the police because there's a woman in his shop and no women are allowed.
Woman, no.
She picks up the little, what is it, navigational watch or something.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the actual term for it is.
Me too.
She's like, there's a woman in my shop, help! And then he comes walking in and he's like, hey, and he's like, there's a woman and a pirate in my shop, help! Or no, he's like, there's a woman and a pirate in my shop, and he's like, fortunate for you! I love it. Has anybody seen my bank? And then it like rips through the wall, and he's like, that's the one.
It's on the bank.
Oh, it's funny. Anyway, this bank continues. Jack finally gets onto the bank roof, I believe, and then they come up to a bridge, and they're like, look out, bridge! He's like, what, bridge? And then it's a really dope shot where they go through the bridge and it like destroys everything in the bank except for the safe, obviously, and then Jack Sparrow does like this Black Widow roll over the bridge.
Over the bridge, yeah.
And then lands on the safe.
Stupid.
They get away though. They do. And open the safe up to reveal that there's nothing.
Because it all fell out.
Because it all fell out.
Yep.
As they were dragging
Because he
it through
couldn't
the
shut
city.
the door.
There was one single doubloon.
There was.
Was it a balloon or was it a shilling?
You're
Okay.
a corporate shill. Ling. I wanted that to work, but it didn't. I wanted that to work too much. Luckily, though, Jack Sparrow offers to make the amount that they have to pay him less. And they're like, wait, what? We got to pay you?
Yeah, because you suck.
Captain without a ship, we're not going to pay you a dime, and we're out of here, bruh. And they all pretty much leave him, even Gibbs, his
Yeah.
first mate.
Yeah,
Gibbs, not Gibbs.
You're all dismissed.
Way back in the day, they all leave.
You talking about Josh Me?
What?
Talk about Josh Me?
Josh Me Gibbs.
Josh Me Gibbs.
Is that his first
That's his
name?
first name, yeah.
Josh me?
Josh Me.
Joshamy?
Josh Me Gibbs, yep.
Yeah, you learned it in the last one.
Yeah.
Joshamy.
Josh Me Gibbs.
Okay.
Yeah, when he's being wrongly accused of being Jack Sparrow in the beginning of the last one, he's like, nope, I'm Josh Me Gibbs.
Joshamy.
Pretty much, yeah. So we cut to the medical bay where Henry wakes up
In chains.
in chains. He's like, why am I chained up? And he's like, look at your shirt there, bruh. Your sleeves are ripped. And that is the sign of a traitor.
Oh.
So they got him.
Treasons.
Faramir from Lord of the Rings has got him all chained up.
Not Boromir.
However, one of the nurses comes over after they tell him that he's in trouble and whatnot. One of the nurses comes over because he's spouting off about the Trident of Poseidon and the ghosts of whatever. He's trying to tell these people what happens. He's trying to tell the tale, but they don't believe him, obviously.
Oh.
Except for the nurse that comes over and is like, "Hey, I believe you, dog. What's up? You're kind of cute. Well, you kind of look like Orlando Bloom a little bit. What's up?"
They did do a really good job.
I think they did, yeah. They
Yeah, he like from afar, like I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, no, they did a real good job. Basically, she's willing to help him, essentially. They just got to get out of here and meet somewhere, and then they go off. And is their plan to find Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe so.
Anyway, they see that they see who she is, and they chase her out being a witch, but they do get her this time. And then we cut to the gallows, right?
Yes. Gallows.
Gallows.
No. Well, you get the little thing between Jack and his uncle first, I believe.
Who is Paul McCartney from the Beatles?
Nah.
Yeah. It's a fun fact. And his dad is from the Rolling Stones. What's his name? Not Mick Jagger, but the other one. from the Rolling Stones.
I don't know.
So a Beatle and a Rolling Stone.
Nice.
I guess I did not fucking notice that at all.
I like the little joke he tells because, like, one dude laughed and it was like down the hallway in another cell.
You remember what it is?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He said, Skeleton walks into a bar. He asks for a beer and a mop. that's it. And I'm like, nobody laughs, and then like all of a sudden you hear a dude like 3 cells down just go, ha ha.
Is Jack arrested then? Is that what it is?
He got caught
Because he's... Yeah. He wasn't drinking yet, though, was he? Because he gives up the compass at some point, right?
Yep. This is before he.
Oh, I thought that was the scene where
Actually,
he
no.
gave it up.
No, he
What?
did already give it up. Yeah, he already gave it up.
Because he gets, like, completely trashed in the bar or whatever. And he's like, what'll buy me another bottle of rum? Will this?
Yeah.
He falls face first in the mud, and then those guys like pick him up and bring him to jail. And on the way, he's like, "I will never come back to this town again."
Okay, so that's what happened. Yep. So he gave up the compass, and then we cut to Salazar. The
Being
deal.
freed.
Yep. The deal with Salazar is that as long as Jack Sparrow had the compass and didn't willingly give it up to somebody, they were bound to the Devil's Triangle. But since he willingly gave it up permanently, I assume.
Well, there was also a thing. So they also said somewhere in the movie, and I didn't realize this the first couple times I watched it, but it's not that the compass was the deal. It said that if you betray the compass
Your worst fear.
It'll release your worst fear, and that was Jack's. Was Salazar.
Oh, that's fair.
So that's what. Yeah, I think that's,
So
I think
yeah,
that's what it was.
once he betrayed the compass, it released his worst fear, which was Salazar, allowing them to leave the Devil's Triangle on the Silent Mary, also known as the best ship in this franchise. We're back in the city. It's execution day. They're gonna hang Karina, and they give Jack the option. They're like, the guillotine or the rope, and he's like, I've never heard of the guillotine before.
Sounds French.
Sounds French. Sounds French.
Did you know they invented mayonnaise?
We all know what a guillotine is by this point, but he clearly doesn't. So when we see it, he's like, he's not intimidated by it until they drop it and like execute somebody essentially.
Well, then his like uncle or whatever said to him before he like walked down the hallway. He's like, "Hey, ask for Josh in disembowelment. He'll take it easy on you." So he's like walking up to the gate. He goes, "Hey, where's Josh in disembowelment? I want him."
Fair enough. And this part, I freaking love this part, dude. It's the rescue essentially. Will escapes from his bonds and goes to Henry. Sorry, they're
so
spitting
alike.
image. You know,
They're so alike.
like these movies are so similar to the first
They're
one.
so similar.
Like, oh, is Will Turner's son about to save Jack Sparrow from being executed just like Will Turner did in the second Pirates of the Caribbean
Twice.
movie? And
Whoa.
the first?
Twice.
Oh my gosh. The rescue's really awesome because obviously he catches Karina and then he's paid Jack Sparrow's crew to come in and kind of help as well. So everything's going off and the platform that the guillotine on like breaks and starts spinning like upside down and around.
I love that.
And as it's coming down, he's like, ah! It pops back up and comes back down and then pops back up. It's like the funniest thing on earth, I swear. He catches Karina and he's like, yeah, well, your hand's all up in my junk. So that's not cool.
My port. Your hand's above my port. He goes, "No, my hand's up in your starboard." And I'm just like, really? Fucking nerds.
She's like, no, it's in my port.
From the port.
I know where my port is.
It's like, deal, are we partners? She goes, considering where your hand's at, we're a little more than partners. That's a giggity.
Fair enough. Foreshadowing. Excellent bit of foreshadowing. Because if anybody walked into this movie and was like, well, these two definitely aren't going to hook up, should have probably just left the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just staring at his cross-eyed face, kind of cute.
So we get back to Jack's little pathetic ship, or whatever. Once we break everybody out, it's on like wooden hinges.
Like the Dying
basically. The Dying
The
Gull.
Dying Gull.
That's what it's called. Which is number 2 on the most badass ships.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Whatever.
They're pretty. They're pretty like. Oh, we missed the part where he still has the bottle with the black pearl in it. Too.
Oh, yeah.
So he's still got that in his
Oh
chest.
yeah. I was gonna say because I was like I thought they got the black pearl back, but
No,
that
later.
Later. Yep. So they get the Dying Gull. into the water. Very, very difficulty. It's hard. A lot of people putting a lot of elbow grease into this, but they do, and it floats. So, nope, we're going to go off and find the trident. And it's noted that Barbossa rules the sea now with a fleet of 10 ships. So he's a man to be feared.
It doesn't seem like a lot of ships for a fleet.
Really doesn't.
Is it 10 or is it more? I don't know.
Honestly, I want to say it's at 11, but
It's probably around that much, but
Yeah, maybe. With the Revenge at the head, though, it's a pretty scary armada, I imagine. So
I mean they are pretty big ships too. So
yeah, fair.
yeah, I know you got 30 ships, but one of mine shoots out flamethrowers.
Which is only the second coolest thing a ship does in this.
True.
We do cut to Barbossa, though, at some point. I think it's now, where he's kind of enjoying the lavish life of a rich pirate on the Queen Anne's Revenge until the Silent Mary meets up with him, right?
The dudes come in and say that, 3 of your ships have been sunk, that they're not taking anything, they're just leaving one dude alive from each one to tell the story.
And one of them says Salazar, and he's like...
He goes, Captain Salamander? And he goes, no, Samantha. And the dude goes,
Salazar?
And he goes, yeah, that's the one.
Oof. And he's immediately scared. He's like, oops.
And he goes directly to the prison where they were just at to talk to the witch lady.
Right.
Who looks a lot like the chick from the new Mummy movie, but I wasn't going to say anything about it. Well.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. She's cursed his enemies or whatever, but now he wants to know where or how he can defeat the Salazar and the Queen and the Silent Mary.
The Silent Mary.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, do you want to do me a favor and grab another water?
Heck no.
Sure don't.
Damn it.
It involves taking off the headphones, you know. And an eye patch so I can see where I'm going.
But Shanza is the name of the witch. Tells Barbossa that essentially you could use what... Sure, I'll take one. You can use what Salazar wants most as leverage to keep control of the sea. And what does Salazar want most? Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
It's not right if you don't spit about it.
I didn't want to spit on your microphone, dog.
Bro, this is not ASMR. Please don't do that.
Didn't a bunch of Twitch streamers get banned for putting in their buttholes and stuff?
What?
Well, that's not gonna be us,
Moving
so
on.
that don't matter.
Might not be y'all.
Moving on. Does she already have the compass at this point, or do they go and get it? I think they go and get it from Faramir and stuff, don't they?
The lady gives the compass to Barbossa.
That's right. She already has it.
Yep.
I know. She gives it to him
because he brings up something about the compass, and she's just like, "Oh, what? This one?
This one."
All up in his grill. Speaking of grill, smile for me, Daddy. Let me see your grill. I've been waiting to say that.
Oh my god. Dude,
I want to see your grill.
Scary. You're like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's the face of terror.
I'm watching that in the
in the playback.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. Where were we?
Do we? Because I know. I'm trying to think of where we're at now. Because we're on the water on the Dying Gull, and I think they're met up with by the Redcoats, right? Like the mayor?
Yes.
I don't
And
remember.
also simultaneously, Salazar catches up to Barbossa.
Salad bar.
Salad bar. He's salad bar now. All right.
Salad tosser, salad bar.
Salad bar.
Salamander, whatever.
Salad bar.
Salazar meets up with Barbossa, who essentially uses the compass as leverage and says that he can get him Jack Sparrow. Mm-hmm. If you let me and my crew live, he's like, nah, dude, you can live, though. And turn around and watch all your dudes die. And basically, forces him to watch him, slaughter his entire, crew. Bummer.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And then... Yeah, pretty much exactly
He
that.
doesn't necessarily say all of them. He just does the sword tap thing, tap, 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 and then like 10 dudes die.
It's like, yeah, every time he taps, they kill a guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So
That's why you fucking kick his sword so he doesn't have balance. Just kick it out from under him.
I guess, but
I guess.
unless you
This
face
is also before we get back to Jack. This is also where we get the story of young Jack, because
that's right.
He tells it right at sunrise, because he's like, the sun isn't risen yet. That's just the first light, and then he tells him the story.
Yeah, so the story is Salazar was a great captain back in the day, famous for killing hundreds of pirates. He was
It was said that he put them almost to extinction.
Right, yeah, he was ruthless, man. And he was chasing, I forget the captain's name, but Jack Sparrow's, as a young man, ship. The captain is killed at some point. Command is relinquished to Jack Sparrow, who uses kind of Elizabeth's trick in the first one almost, where he anchors off to the starboard side or whatever, like real hard towards the Devil's Triangle, and it's real dope because like the anchor like yanks them out of the way real quick, and like he's spinning his compass around and walking backwards, just looking at Salazar, and Salazar's just like
Super pissed.
super pissed as they fly into the Devil's Triangle and are therefore cursed to stay there forever
And
and ever
until the compass thing goes.
until the compass thing happens. But the de-aging on Johnny Depp here, what do you guys think? Pretty
It looked
good?
I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, I thought so too.
There's parts when it kind of bothers me, but for the most part, yeah.
I
think this is where they first started dipping their toes
I was
in
gonna
the
say
de-aging
this is
stuff.
2017, and
Yeah.
then they
It was,
also
the thing that got me is like, if you're gonna de-age him, I want the dude from What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Like, you got to de-age him to that level. Like, because in this one he looks like he's like 14.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was.
It could, yeah, it could be. I was like, I'm just expecting, like 18-year-old Johnny Depp in like What's Eating Gilbert Grape. That's the person I expected.
Yeah.
But it did look good.
I liked it. I mean, like I said, it looks a little airbrushy at some points.
yeah, they
but
did
like
what they could for the time.
But yeah, like I said, they were dipping their toes in the de-aging thing.
But at
at
the
this
same
point.
time, didn't they come out with like fucking like hologram like concerts and shit
Yeah, like
by this
Tupac.
point in time?
Hologram Tupac,
like,
Michael
you can-
Jackson.
You can make a concert with a hologram,
But
but
you can't make a 50-year-old dude look 15.
like
without it looking
layer it over his face.
I was gonna say without him looking like an airbrushed 80s high school picture.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, Barbossa is taken aboard Salazar's ship as they continue to pursue the dying gull, and basically explains to him that Jack's after the Trident, has to be. He's like, "No, dude, she belongs to the dead. This can't happen. No way."
And they catch up right
They do.
as he's about to kill Barbossa.
Yeah, they do, because they're hanging him
About
up.
to
No,
stick
they're
him.
not hanging him
No,
upside
not yet.
down
No.
yet, but
He's about to stick him, and he's like,
'Cause-
look, he's right there.
because he has until what, sundown, right? He's
Sunrise.
like sunrise, and he's like, "Nope, sun hasn't risen yet, dog. I got time." And he's like, "No, dude." And then they
So
see
yeah,
it
he
on the
goes,
horizon.
the first light of the sun comes up, and he goes, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, no, like it hasn't come all the way up yet. Give me a little bit more time. Then he tells the story of young Jack. And then right as he finishes the story, he's like, all right, well, time to die. And he goes, look. And then right then, you just see it right
Yeah,
on the
you
right
see
on
it
the
on the horizon.
Yeah.
So they catch up to it. Battle ensues. Henry, Karina, and Jack Sparrow do get away on a rowboat that crashes into land, which is pretty awesome because all of the ghosts are chasing them. And I like this line.
You'll see all the dead sharks.
Yeah, this is the dead shark part, which is like the dopest part of one of the dopest parts of this movie, where they like resurrect dead sharks and send them after them. Mm-hmm. And the sharks basically destroy the land as the soldiers are approaching. They get up onto the land, and then they realize that they can't step on land. And I like Jack's line here. That's like, "Oh, they can't step on land. I knew that." That's like a little callback to the last enemy that couldn't stand on land.
I knew that.
One of my favorite lines is coming up here too. Like the whole
Like the marriage and stuff.
the part where they're in the rowboat. Like just keep going.
Just keep going. Okay.
Just keep going.
Fair enough.
Anyway, they get on this island. Karina storms off, gets caught in a net.
Jack has just a hot wedding with a hot chick.
Yeah, basically they run up, see her in the net. They get caught in the net. They're taken hostage by this old pirate that Jack knows, owes him a whole bunch of silver, but he can repay him back by making an honest woman of his sister. who is
I think you
Widow.
might skip the part I was talking about. Like when they're on the rowboat. Wait, this might be
before
later.
the sharks.
We did the sharks, and then they landed, and then they ran into the woods. But
Well. It's
oh, is it the? Oh, yeah, I know what part you're talking about. Where she's like, "I'm gonna swim to land because they're after
Yes.
Jack. They're not after me." And then she starts getting undressed.
Is that later? Is that later?
No, that was
that's
right
here.
then. That was right then.
Okay, yeah.
So she starts getting undressed, and he's like, "No, don't do it." He goes, "Wait, let her do it."
I saw her ankles.
And then the part, like, I know this was earlier on, but like she says she's a horologist, and they're all
Oh, dude.
The horologist.
My mom was a horologist, but you didn't see her griping about it all over.
What good for you, love?
I'm astrologically inclined. He goes, I think what he's saying, his mom was vertically reclined.
The horologist joke is
It
hilarious.
sticks throughout the whole
I'm
movie.
glad it
too.
comes back, dude.
That's like my favorite part of the
Oh,
whole
it's through the whole
It's
movie,
like,
too.
I'm so glad it comes back too. It's like it's a good joke. It's a solid
She's a
joke.
horologist.
Thought you should know she's a horologist. Better you hear it from me.
Right?
Oh, that's so funny. So the wedding, yep, his sister is left to be desired. She's very messed and kind of gross, and he tries to get out of it, blah, blah, blah. I got scabies, so do I.
He gets halfway in for the kiss, and he goes, so you like seafood, eh?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. That part made me gag. I was like,
Or just, honestly, just the part where she licks her lips made me gay, because she's like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, oh.
So we cut back to the Silent Mary. Everybody's hanging upside down now, including Barbossa. He's just straight up stabbing them all. He's like, you broken me, black ball! He's like killing them all, and he's like, dude, wait, I'll go on land and I'll get him, bro. It's okay. Please don't take my life. Anything but that. And he's like, on my honor as a pirate. He's like, brother, I want that ball. He agrees. The dude is funny. And I love doing the voice.
Fucking terrible.
First time to hunt sparrow.
Time to hunt this sparrow.
He agrees to let Barbossa go on land and capture Jack for him. Cut back to the wedding. They trick him into saying I do, and they go in for a kiss. They shoot up.
Seafood.
Yeah, pretty much the seafood line that you like. A shot rings off towards the skeleton that they're inside of, a whale. And it's Barbossa. Good to see you again, Jack. He's like, Hector! I love it when he calls him Hector. It's, Hector! He's like, did you bring me a wedding gift? And he's like, boom, shoots the brother. And he's like, that'll do.
Yep, works for me.
yeah.
It's revealed here that Barbossa has no intention of taking Jack back to Salazar. He wants to
Resurrect the pearl.
resurrect the pearl and take the trident for himself so that he can break or get rid of Salazar.
In true pirate fashion.
Yes, sir.
Oh, a double cross? We haven't seen one of those before.
Oh, never.
Not like 17 of them in one movie. He pulls out the sword of Blackbeard and he says, whatever, restore the pearl to its rightful glory, and stabs through Jack's chest into the bottle. Really cool. And then it basically he falls it down and it like starts growing like little, and then we get like this sweet shot that's like above it, just making it look huge. And I love it because it's like you get like the dope pirate music, and it's like, oh, it's back, and then it's
And
like
it's
this
like
big.
the size of a dinghy.
It's like it's a bit smaller, not quite. It's shrunken. Throws it in the water and it's gone for a second, but eventually it shoots up to its regular size.
And it's black and it's sexy.
And it's dope. And of course, Barbossa immediately pulls a gun on Jack Sparrow. There can only be one captain. I'm like, dude, this guy is poor ship, man.
Right.
They get on the Pearl because it's the only one that can outrun the Silent Mary. He says wrong.
Big lie.
Yeah, they tied Jack Sparrow to like the stern, I think, and then set sail. Corinna's like, hey, you don't know where you're going. You got to let me lead the way. Otherwise, you're just going to get us lost. And
Tied her and Henry up too. How dare they?
And Henry's like, you don't have to believe her, just listen to her, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to trust her, just believe her. So they do eventually let her take the wheel. Those two pirate guards from the very first movie that were the guards of the first ship, they're there, and they're like, you're going to let her steal your ship, dude? He's like, yeah, whatever. And yeah, so...
Well, I mean, main reason is they realized that the Redcoats were coming up on them. So he's like, all right, time for you to take over and direct us where we need to go.
Yeah, pretty much. We also get, shortly after this scene, I think we cut back to the Redcoat's ship for a moment as they approach, but then we cut back to Karina and Barbossa talking because she's looking at her book and he interrupts her like, "Hey, where'd you get that, huh?" "Oh, I know that book. Came from an Italian ship a long time ago." And she's like, "Hey, I'll have you know that this is my book. It's my birthright. It's my dad's." Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I recognize that there was a ruby on there at one point and there's not anymore." And she's like, presents it like,
And then Jack.
"Nah, it's right here."
It's right
Stupid
here.
Jack monkey
Fucking idiot.
What isn't there another movie where they like present something to somebody? I think we made fun of somebody for that once too in another movie.
I don't know. Every time somebody sticks their hand out in front of Barbossa, that monkey Jack fucking steals something though. So
Right.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Steals the ruby and she's basically like, "Hey, I'm an orphan. My dad left me that, bro. I was named for the brightest star in the north."
And he goes, "That would be Karina."
It would be Karina. Yep, Karina Smith, which I like to pronounce Smythe. That sounds cooler. Karina Smythe. That's a cool name. It's a cooler name. He instantly looks like dumbfounded and
That's my baby.
and walks away, pulls out the compass and looks at it, and it like points back at her. And you're kind of like, what's going on here?
Who could it be?
Who could this be? I don't know, and nobody knows.
Mind you.
They did a very good job of hiding this in this scene, and then you hear Jack Sparrow's like, "Smith, huh? Sounds familiar." Turns out, what was her name? Margaret Smith or something. Back in the day, used to sail with him. Barbossa had a thing, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, Barbossa. You're real ugly." I love this part. He's like, "You're real ugly. I don't know how you produced a fine little thing like that." Basically, he left her at an orphanage, left her with the ruby, thinking it would pay a little comfort in life, but it actually ended up forging her career and bringing her back to him. So it's revealed that
Destiny.
Karina is his daughter.
Yeah, where's
Very
Tia
cute.
Dalma when we need her to say a touch of destiny?
A touch of destiny.
I don't know. She's out like making maelstroms in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere.
just fucking up the sea somewhere.
Ridiculous. Just messing it all up. Anyway. Yeah, Jack tries to use this to bargain. He says no, she'd never believe that a pirate's her father anyway, so your leverage is useless here, bruh.
Stick a sock in your mouth, because that's what I'm about to do.
We cut back to the Redcoat ship as we look and see that they're getting even closer, and this is like,
They are turning towards each other and loading their guns.
yeah, pretty much. And this is about like my favorite part of this movie because like
Yeet.
they turn around and the Silent Mary is on them. Like you don't hear a thing about it. It's just there.
Scary.
And it's about
And it's terrifying.
Swallow
I'm like,
them up.
holy cow, this thing got this close to him without him knowing, and it just lifts up and swallows him whole just like it does. It's awesome,
I
dude.
love it.
It's fucking awesome.
It's an awesome, dude.
Move it.
Now the Silent Mary is catching up with the Black Pearl because apparently any ship in the sea can do that. They lock side by side, and a real dope fight ensues. Jack Sparrow's cut free by Will Turner's son, Henry. I gotta say, when I accidentally call him Will, I'm just gonna follow it up with Turner's son.
Fair enough.
So save
Will
my own.
Turner's
Save my
son.
own bacon.
Between the ships hanging on the cannons, fighting Salamander.
Yeah, it's right.
Salad
Captain
Bar?
Salad Bar.
Captain Salad Bar.
They're fighting on the cannons, running back and forth in between the two ships. Salad Bar awakens the big ship demon thing or whatever. It's like a big statue that comes to life and basically starts like attacking Jack until he like flips up one of the cannons, blows its face off. It's still attacking. It's real cool.
So cool if you could do that with the Black Pearl because it has two mermaids with tridents on the front of the ship.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
That would be dope.
Right.
Fish pussy.
Fish pussy up against.
But like they don't attack anybody. They just like hook up with everyone. We're dolphins with tridents.
Statue sex?
What's up, guys?
Some big old statue sex.
Whoa, okay.
Rock pussy. Here we go.
Jesus.
The fighting continues as they basically sail right towards land. Salazar sees this and he's like, oh crap, can't do that. They start to pull away, but they do get a hold of Henry. And
Stole him.
Silent Mary basically goes off the other way as the Black Pearl hits land. And they're like, hey, the only way we can save him now is basically to get the trident. Because, yeah, he's booked. They get to land, they see the sun go down, essentially, or come up, and then they see the island light up, all of the gems, and it's like a perfect replica of the stars. He said, but one of them's not lit up. Barbossa's like, well, you got to finish it. So he takes the little gem, gives it back to her, and then she places it on the last one, and it lights up. Sends a shockwave out, and the sea starts to part.
Moses.
Like Moses. Jack and Karina slip and fall down into the trench, basically. It's a real big, long slide. Kind of, it reminds me of Hot Rod. Like when he's punch dancing in the woods, and then he trips and falls down
he falls for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. But they did that with like sliding into there.
Fair enough.
They get down in there and they see it, man. There's the trident. It's poking up. It's awesome. They go to grab it, and then who should attack them but Henry?
Who's possessed by
But we did cut back to Silent Mary, and they're like, no, dude, don't do this. Once you possess somebody, you can never come out of them. And he's like, once I get the trident, it'll be fine. So he possesses Henry, and then attacks them basically in the trench, and is messing Jack up as Karina's trying to get the trident out.
He definitely puts a whooping on him.
Yeah, he sure does. Noted that when they slipped and fell down into the trench, she dropped her book, and Jack picked it up and put it in his pocket. Jack is fighting Salas Henry, and
Salad Bar Henry.
Salad Henry.
Henry Danger, whatever you want to call it, their fusion name. Henrizar.
Okay. That's a lie.
Henrizar.
I can't do that one. Nope.
No, that's Henrizar. She ends up kicking it, and that breaks it free. She goes to grab it, but Henrizar grabs it first. Realizes that it separates him from Henry. They're no longer Henrizar. It's Salazar and Henry again. He can walk on land with the trident. It's dope. So he uses it to like whip the wide controls water. So he uses it to like whip Jack around like crazy. It's rough. Karina's trying to wake up Henry. He uses some water to splash in his face. I was confused about that, but I figured that's what she was doing.
Makes sense.
He wakes up and he's like whatever he says. He realizes that all the curses are held inside of the trident. They must be. That's the case. So we need to get the trident. What's the line here? The divide or something.
To come together, almost divide or something.
Something like that. Comes together at the divide or something. Yeah. He's basically messing Jack up, stabs him, realizes that he hits the book and doesn't stab him. He grabs the trident and he's like, now, if you're going to do anything, like do it now. I'm holding on to this thing. And then they're like, it breaks at the divide, break the trident. It's cool. They say it at the same time. I get chills. Whoa. I do.
Whoa,
I hate it. Like, we have to break the trident. They say it at the same time. I get chills every time. So Henry jumps up and slashes down on the trident, shattering it to pieces. Shockwaves fly out as curses in the sea are broken all around unanimously, I imagine. Salazar and his crew are all turned back into flesh and blood people. They pop out of the water. He turns around and he turns around and looks and he's like, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, he's
Normally. No, he doesn't.
I was like,
that
what
would
the
be funny.
fuck were you watching?
They are pretty much back to normal, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they're back.
Yeah.
They're just back to regular humans now. But I just thought it'd be funny if like the curse was making like that was the reason he was saying it like that. Also, in this fight, he does hop around with the trident, and he's like,
Oh my
Can we
god.
just say it normally? Javier Bardem, I know you can do it. I watched you in No Country for Old Men. I know you can speak somewhat.
Fuck, that's where he's from. I was like sitting, watching the whole
Amongst other
fucking
things,
movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the fuck have I seen this guy? And like, I knew his name and everything. I'm so fucking dumb. I don't know how I didn't put two and two together until right this moment. But anyway.
Yeah, if you would have came up with a little fucking air blaster thing and blasted a hole in somebody's head, you'd have been like, oh, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, duh.
Done.
The water starts closing in, though, because the trident's been broken. There's nothing keeping it closed or open anymore. So they're like, crap, we're all going to die until who should come swinging down in the trench on an anchor but Barbossa. With his little peg leg. He's like, I'm here! And I love the shot. I love the shot of the Black Pearl like on the edge of the trench the whole time as they're like holding it steady. I love that shot.
Yeah.
I just think that's super cool. It seems like it's such a Fast and the Furious kind of thing to do.
Joshua's keeping him up. That's what it is.
I just think it's also fucking like hilariously ironic that once their curse is broken, they're fucked. Like, the fucking water's like,
Yeah, immediately.
Like,
Immediately they're like, oh, well, and all of them die except for Salazar, but in the water.
You just hear that line from The Hangover. Hello? Yeah, we fucked up.
The anchor is coming down. Everybody grabs onto it and starts to climb up, but so does Salazar. It's not good.
or salad bar.
It's the bad guy. He's just trying to live. You know what I'm saying? He's finally human again.
Yeah.
I'm kind of siding with him on this one. Like, let the dude come up, see if he's changed. You know. I haven't heard him say back barrel once. I haven't heard him say back barrel once since once since he's been human. So I mean, that's all I'm saying is give him a shot. We're climbing up, but Karina slips and falls. Barbossa catches her though. It's awesome, and this is again a big likable moment in this movie for me. I really do like this part.
And she goes, "What are you to me?"
Yeah, she sees the tattoo on his arm. It's the same as the one on the diary that she's got. And she's like, "What am I to you?" And he's like, "Treasure." Ooh, I love that line. It's so awesome.
Aww.
I know
I got a little tear
it chokes
in my
up a little
eye.
bit.
I was
I
like,
just because everything about Barbossa has just been like treasure for him, and so for him to say that, it makes me all warm inside.
oh.
He notices that Salazar's climbing up behind Karina, looking to grab her.
Jack drops the sword to him.
Yep, he puts her hand on the chain to grab onto it again. Jack drops the sword to him. He lets go, basically grabs it, and like it's a slow motion, like as they look at each other right here. And I was like, this is a really cool scene. Like I really like this scene.
It was good. I liked it.
Before he stabs Salazar and they both fall to their death, he gets one more slow motion look up at her before he falls into the enclosing trench. And I'm like, man, like how am I not gonna like this dude up
It was
until
like
the last?
almost full again, and it wasn't that far away from the shore. I feel like he could have lived. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? What's beyond that horizon? Pirate 6. Revenge of the Jolly Roger. Here. I figured out if we make a pirate movie, it's got to be Captain Hook and the Jolly Roger. And he's like corrupted because he succeeded in killing Peter Pan.
That'd be it.
And Jack Sparrow has to... But Peter Pan turns out to be Jack Sparrow's long-lost little brother. So that's why. Yeah. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go.
You say it like that, but in my head, I'm like, fucking Disney could pull it off.
They probably fucking
They
would
probably
too,
could.
because I mean, look at some of the shit they've been fucking putting out.
All right.
I like Jack Sparrow in the moment when he falls too, because he actually looks like genuinely upset that Barbossa, has fallen. And I kind of like that. It kind of shows who
They
people
were
are.
frenemies.
Yeah.
Hector.
Frenemies.
Yeah, it kind of just shows people's true colors at the end. Like they like each other, but they always screw each other over. It's just the pirate's life.
But also, there's that little twinkle in his eye that also says, "Hey,
Pearl-
I get the pearl. I'm not gonna fight anybody for it no more."
Yeah, so the trench closes in and the pearl basically sails out of it. A-okay. Everybody is dead.
Yeet.
Everybody's dead. They get back up onto the ship. It's all great. It's all cool.
Jack gives the book to Henry to go talk to Karina about.
Yeah, he wingmans it hard here.
He does wingman it.
He wingmans it super hard here, and I like it. He's like,
He just gives him a little bump, like
whaps him with it and gives it to him. I love it. I'm like, Jack's been playing wingman since the first one. So
Not too bad.
Except for when he tried to fuck Elizabeth in the second one.
Let's be real. Would you try to fuck Elizabeth?
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I mean,
I'll fuck Elizabeth.
you're going to want to know what it tastes like.
Holy fuck, dude! I
to that
still cannot fucking believe.
I can't believe they got away with that.
And then the fucking end of it, where like Will's like on her little leg and shit like that.
Dude, yeah.
He was giving her the nipples on the inner thigh.
Oh, man. Well, it cuts away as he kisses her thigh, and her head like rolls back up, and I'm like,
Oh.
I know, dude. That was like
Scandalous, dude.
borderline softcore.
Speaking
porn.
of scandalous, let's get back to that island.
Yes.
I got some things I want to say.
We fade out and we come back to the island where Karina and Henry are waiting as the Flying Dutchman appears over the horizon. He's like, it's the Dutchman. Oh my gosh. And he's like looking at it.
Dad.
He's like looking at it, and then he like pans over a smidge, and Will Turner walks up the hill. It's Orlando Bloom in his second scene of this movie. Oh my gosh, he doesn't have any barnacles on him.
No barnacles! No barnacles!
No,
Not a single barnacle. They embrace. It's real cool. I'm happy to have Will back. It's all great until we like pan over the hill and see that Elizabeth is walking up the hill, and then it shows what's behind her, and it's nothing but woods.
just a big old forest.
Like the house is like a mile the other way, and she come up like from over here.
So you see her walk up to them from the woods, and then you see them all walk this way to the house. What was she doing in the woods?
It drives me crazy how she came from the woods. Like I get you can see a road behind her, so I mean it's implied that she like rode down the road and then came up the hill. But why wouldn't you just come straight to the house, to the hill where Orlando Bloom is waiting for you, dude?
I'll tell you right now, it's a tribe of dudes in that forest.
Yep, she
running
was
trains.
fucking a bunch of fucking like
Just
woodlands.
a bunch of dudes.
Pirates, dude.
Yeah.
Wood pirates. She was getting wood from pirates in woods.
He like gives her a hug, looks over her shoulder at the woods, and all of a sudden you see a bunch of heads peek out. Like,
Like,
Oh, he's good now?
shit. Oh, all
good?
right.
My
Fuck.
bad.
Now we gotta go get some fish pussy, I guess.
The camera pans out as they all walk up to the house and the credits roll until we get an after credit scene.
the after credit scene is a bunch of little kids running out of the house that are not Will's.
One of them's got like Jack Sparrow hair and eyeliner. We do get an after credit scene in this movie, as is tradition in these pirate movies. It's Will spooning Elizabeth. It's very cute. They're cuddling, and then we see the door open up and a big ominous shadow come walking in.
Oh, wow,
and, then we
James
see,
Jones.
and then we see a big old crab hand pop up over him, and he's like,
Who could it
and he
be?
wakes up from a dream, and he's like, oh, thank goodness it was a dream, because I only know one guy that's got a crab hand, and my wife loved getting sucked up by him, so glad that wasn't true.
Okay, so me and you were talking like earlier, like Pirates 6, what could it be? Like, what could a good plot be? If that's how they ended it, you know what it should be? It should be Pirates 6, Revenge of Calypso, and it'll be like Calypso and Davy Jones together going after everybody.
Maybe.
That would be savage.
Maybe. But the camera pans down below the bed, and we do see a little
Barnacle.
We do see a little barnacle!
Barnacle.
And a little drip of water, so it was not a dream. Davy Jones appears to be back.
You do.
Then the movie really ends.
Then, but what fucking gets me though is that if the trident was broken, his curse would be broken too.
Yeah. I don't know how they explain
So
that.
when
They
I
got some
saw
explaining
that,
to do.
I was like,
That's why it hasn't come out yet, guys. They're still trying to think of an explanation.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I don't really know, but it is what it is.
Ow. I just snapped myself in the eye with this thing.
damn, sucks to suck.
I went to move it like a half inch, and I let go, and it came back and snapped me right in the eye.
Some fun facts for you from this movie. Because Will Turner is the captain of the Flying Dutchman, he can only set foot on land once every 10 years. This movie was released 10 years and 1 day after the third movie, which was the last one with Will. Approximately
Maybe okay, that makes sense. Like,
Wait, this movie was
10 years after At World's End.
10 years
Dude,
and
Henry's
1 day.
obviously over 18.
You know what? Maybe.
Well, okay, maybe the...
Here you go. Ready? Brenton Thwaites, who plays Henry Turner, is only 12 years younger than Orlando Bloom and only 4 years younger than Keira Knightley, who plays his mom.
Damn.
He just looks young. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just got one of them Tom
Some people
Holland
are
faces.
some people are just gifted with like baby face.
Youth.
I would say the beginning of this movie maybe was set 10 years in 1 day. But where we were at,
That's what I was
there's
thinking
no way.
he was saying, so I'm
Yeah,
thinking
there's no
about
way,
it now. Like,
Because
but-
dude's like 18, at least.
Fair enough. Fair enough. With a release 6 years after its predecessor, this marked the longest gap between two Pirates of the Caribbean movies. On Stranger Tides and World's End were 6 years apart. It's a long time.
Did they say why or?
And we got like...
I don't really say... I
we
never
got-
heard why.
We got
but-
everybody from like the first movie back in this one, though.
except for the two stupid pirates.
Yeah,
but
except for... Yeah.
Yeah,
We
whatever.
got them for at least a second.
They were willing to do the movie. They were trying to get him in the movie, but their schedules just didn't mix up with other movies that they were doing. So
I was gonna say
Just
if
couldn't
it
get
was 3-4 years ago, tall skinny dude that they were trying to get back with the eye thing,
Mhm.
he was in Game of Thrones,
yeah,
so that could have been.
Oh,
Yeah,
could
okay.
have been, could have been.
He was a warg.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was. He was the warg with the crow.
Yep. Yeah, don't do that. I think
Remember
it
him.
creeps
Speaking
me
of Game of
out. It creeps
Thrones,
me out.
Kit Harington was the first choice to play Henry Turner. However, due to his commitments on Game of Thrones, he was unavailable.
Good for
Could you,
him.
could you see Kit Harington as Will Turner?
No. No, I can't.
I've never seen Game of Thrones,
I can't.
so I don't know.
I think they casted really well. I don't think. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they nailed the casting, but
Yeah.
like, if I never met this kid, I would have. I love Kit Harington and everything. He's amazing.
You gotta change his hair a little bit. You gotta make him look a little younger. He's gotta be clean shaven the whole time. I don't know. He's got the sword skills for it though.
Yeah, he does. Anyway, that's it for my facts. At least until after the quiz that I have for you guys.
Ooh,
Oh.
quiz time.
It's quiz
Pop
time.
quiz.
So I was gonna do a live quiz for viewers, but I think I'm just gonna give it to you guys and then figure out who wins the prize later.
Okay.
Remember, there is a prize, so stay tuned for the Facebook page. To the Facebook page to figure out how to win the prize. But I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to let you both take a guess, and then I'll tell you guys if you're right. So
Oh, I'm gonna be right on all of them. I don't know about you because
Because
I've seen all 5 of them.
this is one question. This is one trivia question from each pirate movie.
So you're gonna get
So you're gonna
These
you're
are
gonna struggle with the
short.
fourth one,
Yeah.
okay.
and then I have a bonus one. So, question number 1, ladies and gentlemen, what is the name of the ship that Will and Jack commandeer in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
Well, they commandeer.
I know this. Why?
Can I answer?
Yeah, you can give an answer.
The Interceptor.
Okay.
Fuck! That's what it is.
I couldn't remember it was the
You
Interceptor.
both get a guess. So
Yeah.
if you both want to
The
guess,
Interceptor. That's what it is.
so the one that they commandeer is
Is the Dauntless, and they go to get the Interceptor. I knew it was gonna be one or the other, but I was like, wait, they
Yep.
took the Interceptor first. I thought.
So wrong.
Damn it!
Both wrong.
Question.
I
Number
knew that.
2.
I was thinking about that.
Question number 2. Here's a little easier one. I couldn't really find any hard ones for Dead Man's Chest. So,
Okay.
how many years did Davy Jones agree to allow Jack Sparrow to keep the pearl?
10.
10 years.
13.
What?
What
Really?
the?
13
It's a
years.
fucking weird number.
Yeah.
13 years. He technically only got to have it for 3, so he only.
Oh, that's
missed
why.
out.
Is that why I'm
He
thinking of
missed
10?
out on
Okay,
10.
that's why I'm thinking 10.
So,
Stop copying me. get a different one. Maybe then we won't be wrong.
if you guys want to work together on this one, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Number 3 from At World's End. There are 5 main characters that die in this movie and stay dead permanently. Name them.
Oh my god, really?
All right.
How the fuck are we supposed to do that?
Well, hold on.
They're main characters, so.
Well, okay, we're saying stay dead permanently, like
Well, in this movie.
in this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
The lady who ends up being Calypso.
No, she doesn't die. We don't know that she dies. She changes back into her godlike form and goes into the water. I would like to say Davy Jones, but
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones is one.
In the
So Davy-
movie.
Davy Jones,
Davy
Sao Fang.
Sao Fang is another.
Okay.
I'm really bad at this. I'm like, I have the memory
What's
of a fucking
Captain
goldfish.
Douchebag's name?
Oh, Cutler.
Cutler Beckett.
Cutler Beckett.
Cutler Beckett. Okay. Red 3 though. That's not bad. Die in the movie. Okay. Do you think the dude that like is Cutler Beckett? Oh wait. Elizabeth's dad.
Yeah, Elizabeth's dad.
Weathersby.
Swan.
Swan. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. What's her last name?
That's 4.
That's 4. Okay. Gosh. This is the last one's gonna be the hard one too. I can tell.
Can we get a hint?
This person has been in previous Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Wow, what a great hint.
Yeah. Dick.
So good. Awesome.
Both previous Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Have they played a significant role?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's the main character.
It's
A main character? Oh, these are... Oh, okay.
They're all main characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Captain Norrington.
That's the one. James Norton. And a little bonus 1/6 is Mr. Mercer.
I was gonna ask that dude.
He's also a named
I was gonna say
character that died.
the dude that is like
He's strangled to death.
Cutler
by David
Beckett's.
Jones.
Oh,
Cutler
yeah.
Beckett's like main killer dude.
Yeah.
All right, question number 4 from the
got it.
fourth movie.
I got this, dog.
You do. Like I said, this wasn't a very easy one to find a hard question for either. So, the captured mermaid is transported in glass, a coffin-shaped box filled with water. What does Philip point out that Blackbeard has neglected to give her?
Air.
Air is correct. He uses the sword to pop open the lid, and then she takes a big gasp.
And then he slips his little bibble in there.
Shoot it open.
Little bibble.
She sucks on it.
She does the pages. Yeah.
All right, question number 5 from Dead Men Tell No Tales. Are you guys ready? What was the name of the ship Jack was on when he outsmarted Salazar? And what became of that ship?
I saw it like an hour ago when I was watching it. Now I can't remember.
I was gonna say the Dying Gull, but that's wrong.
No, it's
That's wrong. That's
no.
very wrong.
In the flashback, yeah.
Also crazy. It looks like his dad is on that boat too, because it looks like he's standing behind him when they make him captain.
Yeah, maybe.
Gosh.
I guess I don't know that for sure.
I was gonna say the name of it earlier because when we were talking about the triangle thing about the flashback with Jack, but I couldn't think of the name of it.
Honestly, I'm not one of those people that pays like that close attention to things unless I watch it like 2 or 3 times.
Right.
So I don't.
I'm not
know.
gonna be able to think of it, but I want to know what it
I
is now.
can't. I can't.
The ship is named the Wicked Winch.
The
I knew it.
Wicked Winch.
And after it was lit on fire and sunk, it was renamed the Black Pearl when it was raised from the ocean by Davy
Poor Jack,
Jones.
Yep. Okay.
Same shit.
Ooh.
I liked that one. So
I do.
was like,
I do
I gotta
too.
throw that one
Yeah,
in there. All
that's-
right, you guys ready for a bonus question?
Bonus question.
Yeah.
What is the name of the first woman that slaps Jack on Tortuga in the first movie?
I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Hold on. Be a second.
The first one. Not the second. Or the third. Zoe Saldana's the third.
Giselle?
Scarlet.
Is the second one Giselle?
Yeah.
Damn it! Okay. Scarlet and then Giselle and then okay.
Good job, guys. I'm proud of you. You got, 3 out of 5? So, that's really good. It's really good.
Should have been 5 out of 5. I just fucked those first ones up.
Tanner carried the whole thing, so.
Also, I feel like we get bonus points because number 3 was actually a 5-part question, kind of. So, bonus points.
Whatever you say. All right, guys.
We'll take that medallion now, thanks, sir.
In the hierarchy of bad guys, where do you think Salazar lands?
He annoys the fuck out of me, so I'm gonna give him like D tier.
I want to put him at a tie with Davy Jones, like at number 1. I want to tie him right there. I can't rightfully put him over him, but I also I don't want to do it the other way.
It drives me nuts the way he talks. I agree.
Yeah.
But he's like the only bad guy that I think is like actually like scary in my opinion.
He is scary, but
Like,
like
just the
when
way,
he
like-
opens his mouth,
Well,
I'm
it's
like,
fucked up because if you think about it, without the scary ghost part of him, he was literally just a ocean cop killing pirates.
True.
He was a good
True.
guy for
hey, Cab!
Hey, the pirates are the good guys in this franchise, guy.
apparently.
All right, guys, the big one. So right now, our ranking stands at number 1, At World's End. Number 2, Dead Man's Chest. Number 3, On Stranger Tides. And number 4, The Curse of the Black Pearl. I'm going to insert mine here right above Dead Man's Chest.
Number 2.
I like this one more than Dead Man's Chest. I like the jokes in it. I like the new characters introduced were really fun and really likable. And I love, this is my favorite Barbossa. Like in this one, he actually seems the most, it's that end scene with Barbossa that does it for me. It's like that Jeffrey Rush acting in that
Yeah.
moment really raises him up
Yeah.
for me. And I think, like I've said multiple times, coolest bad guy ship in the franchise.
I'm gonna stick it right behind Dead Man's Chest, but I agree with the rest of it. So that's my number 3.
I just can't. Dead Man's Chest is just too, it's all set up. It's a great movie, but it's just all set up for At World's End.
Yeah.
So it's like, here we get a story, it's an awesome story, We get a conclusion to that story. It's an awesome conclusion. And we don't get 45 minutes on an island with a bunch of candles. I'm never going to forgive that
Very
movie.
We
for that.
got 49 minutes with a bank scene chase and them getting off an island.
Well, at least that was funny. And, like, I mean, not that other one wasn't funny. It's just, I think we have, like, hatred towards it because
It's just so long. dude.
I
So long.
think I like this one more than I like Dead Man's Chest, but I seriously I think Dead Man's Chest is like a better movie.
That's fair. I mean, yeah. I don't see.
It's a jumbled argument in my brain right now, but that's where I'm.
My only argument for Dead Man's Chest and Dead Man Tell No Tales is it just comes back to the building. Like they just do too much building.
But it's fun building.
I understand, but that just makes you like World's End more.
It is. That's why it's number one.
I agree. There's no question that that's the best one.
Yeah.
I just think that I don't know. It's a more complete story in my opinion.
I know I do this every time, but I agree with your guys' ranking for the fact that, like, the Black Pearl was good, but it's the first movie of the franchise. It's not
Right.
gonna, I mean, most of the time it's not gonna be the best one, but if I had to, like, between Black Pearl and this one, I would put Black Pearl before this one. Just because
Get out.
the new characters. Hey, this is my opinion,
Yeah.
okay? The characters that the Henry and I think the girl, what was her name?
Karina.
Karina. She just kind of annoyed me a little bit. She was just like, I'm smart.
Oh, smart women. Oh
I'm
no.
so smart.
Get woke, go broke.
Oh, she's cute as fuck. I'm not saying that she's not cute, but she's just
Touch
her
her
character. Her character kind of annoys me a little bit. Maybe I'm kind of being an asshole about that. I don't know, but
Well, she definitely was not a pirate. She's definitely a nerd.
she was just like one of those know-it-all, like.
But
well,
she gave
actually-
my inner nerd a boner.
There you go.
That's true. I mean, when Henry's like, hey, you should apologize because you were wrong and I was right. And she's like, I was barely wrong.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry for proving this point to you, and she goes, I accept your apology, bitch.
So, the ranking now stands at World's End, Dead Man's Chest, Dead Man Tell No Tales, On Stranger Tides, and The Curse of Black Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
And Dead Last, which kind of seems wrong, but
It does feel
Seems
wrong.
wrong, but
feels
you
wrong
know.
to say. But
The only thing that I can argue with it is it might just be tied with Stranger Tides. I don't know. but whatever.
anyway, guys, thanks for watching it. If there is a sixth one, we'll definitely have to run it back and put it in the rankings. So that's it. We'll be back. I think Harry Potter's next. So
Yay! I'm so excited!
I got the prize for that one already, so I can show it off on the first episode. I'm not going to show it off here though, because you got to watch that one. Remember to check into social media to see how you can win the Aztec gold necklace I have as a prize for this franchise's prize. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you stuck in for the whole thing, I appreciate you. Remember, we are affiliates now, so you can sub and you can do more. So
Giggity.
thanks for watching, and we will see you
R.
next time for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Thanks, guys, and have a good week.